Hey, what's up, guys? It's Phil Trigger here. It's like the middle of the morning, middle of the night, morning, whatever. And I decided that I just wanted to do another clan analysis. It's been a while since I did this, and I feel like I'm really slacking off. So I promise more videos will come out regularly from now on. I have more free time now, so yay! Business is done with. So today I want to cover over Narukami's, some of their special cards, and some of their more common cards. This is just from the trial deck, but you can also go onto the Vanguard Wikia and do more research, and you'll see where I'm coming from. Anyways, let's get started. Narukami's. This is the new incarnation of dragons. They come from the Dragon Empire, Kagura's, same origin. There's a story to it, but that can wait for later. Anyways, this is Kai's new deck. But they're the total opposite of a Kagura playstyle. Kaguras can be very controlling and very good at, picking which units you want your opponent to keep. Narukami's, they throw all that out the window and they say, "Fuck you! I'm gonna go right after your Vanguard," and that's exactly what all Narukami's do. They focus on punishing the Vanguard, nothing else. As long as you can punish the Vanguard, your opponent will keep guarding. And they do that by reaching high numbers. In the deck, honestly, I think this clan is the one with the most 10k beaters out of every other clan. Like, it has at least, let's see, Dragoon, Jin, Light Knights. Yeah, it has it has at least 3 10k grid 2s, which is just really good. It helps you push in for damage really well. And let's get started with just the trial deck cards. So we have our Emerald copy, Helena. It's kind of mirroring Emerald right there. Same thing, you can ditch a grade 3, or you can ditch a card, draw a card when it boosts and the attack hits. It's not too bad, but in Narukami's really won't need it too much unless you're really cycling for a specific grade 3. But even then, in set 6 we're getting the starter called Spark Kid Dragoon. And what he does is you Soul Charge him, you counter plus 1. Yeah. Soul Charge him, counter plus 1. Look at the top 5 cards. And if there's a grade 3, you grab it. So Narukami's can start off without a grade 3 and kind of be fine. But then again, you have to be a little lucky. Overall, Helena's not too good, but not too bad in this deck. Main Narukami decks won't really use them at all. Then we have our new card. I'll do a video about her later on too. Dragon Dancer Rai Rai. She's a specific booster, kind of like Wingull and all that other stuff, for Thunderbreak. But unlike those boosters, she can Soul Blast and she becomes an 11k beater. So 11 plus 10, that's 21 right off the bat just for a Soul Blast. So as long as you can feed the soul, you're fine. She acts as a good OTK finisher. Like, you can just call her out for that game-winning push and boom. Narukami's don't really need to run Brackies or anything like that because they have Rai Rai. But that's only if you're running Thunder Break. If you're not running anything and you want to run Brackies, go for it. Bracky's still a viable card after all this. He always will be. He's just too good to get rid of. Yeah, there's Thunder Rai Rai. Gold Paladins have their own version called Charge Gold. So do Angel Feathers. Hopefully every deck will get a unit like this because they really, oh my god, they really changed the game very quickly. Then we have our Jin, grade 1 Jin. Basically, these guys focus on hitting the Vanguard. They're the embodiment of the entire strategy. His effect is it can't attack the rear guard. When it's a Vanguard, it gains 4,000 when it attacks, and when it's a rear guard, it gains 8,000 when it attacks. So this one's the worst Jin out of all because he's only grade 1. He has such crappy attack. He's an okay ride because he becomes a 10k beater. But then again, I mean, who guards on the first shot? Hardly anyone. You don't really need to worry about that. I wouldn't run him. I'd run Desert Gunners instead. So it's an okay card. Then we have our grade 2 Jin. This is one of the better ones. This is our second grade to 10k. Same thing. It can't attack the Vanguard at all. I mean, it can't attack the rear guard. Sorry. It's late. And when it's a Vanguard, it gains 4,000. When it's a rear guard, it gains 2,000. So 2,000 plus 8, that's 10. Yeah. So it's another 10k beater. Pretty much a staple in Narukami's. You always want to run this guy. Very, very good. And then we have Bright Jet Dragoon. This is kind of a pseudo 10k I don't really recommend it. It becomes an 11 if you have less cards in hand, which is very good because Narukami's, they're an aggressive deck. They commit everything to the board and they go BAM! And that's it. So as long it's fairly easy cost to condition to keep. It's kind of the fourth one. I forgot to mention him. The reason I forgot is because I don't really like him. You have Thunderstorm, you have Jin, you have Brightlands, and you have this guy. Bright Jet I really wouldn't run just because I don't like the 11k. I just don't like the number. But it is very viable. It does get around things like Overlords if you're still fighting them. Kaisers, anything that's an 11 base, it still hits. So overall, it's a pretty good card. Just not my preference. Then we have the Grade 3 Jin. He's a 12k. Yeah, he's just a 12k rearguard, which is ridiculous. As a Vanguard, he's a 14. Back him up with even a Rai or anything like that. And then you keep pushing for 20, and then you can ride into your Thunderstorm and just go bump. Either way, he's a very good card. Highly recommend running 2 to 4, depending on your Grade 3 layout. In the Narukami build I was running 4 of him and 4 Vermilion, just because it's just so good. He's an amazing rearguard. He's a 12. Back him up with a Red River Dragoon, which is the AK booster. He's a consistent 20 every single turn, and that against your opponent's Vanguard. With most of the Vanguards being 10k base, it'll really knock their hand down. It's super good. And then we have Thunderbreak Dragon. This is actually a terrible card. I hate him so much. He's a standard limit breaker, which is where he gains a certain attack boost. He gains a 5,000 when the limit break is activated. So that makes him pretty good. He becomes a 15 by himself. Back him up with a Red River. That's a... Let me do the math because I'm so bad at math. That's a 23, which does hit the 13k Vanguards like Doti, Phantom Blaster Overlord, stuff like that. And just, we won't be seeing that stuff for a year, but it's okay because of that. And backed up with Rai, that's 26, which forces out at least 3 cards, I think. I don't know. It's too late to do the math. Anyways, there's my game with Defiant Freedom. I had to guard with 4 cards at least every single game when he had this set up. It was ridiculous. You can use him in combination with the Rai, but his second effect is pretty trashy. It's basically when he's ridden as a Vanguard, you counterblast 2, you get rid of a Grade 2 or 1. It's not. It's okay, but it could have been better. That's what disappoints me about him. I wish he would at least get an attack boost or just something, but no, they had to give him that effect. It's not bad, but meh. It's subpar at best. And then we have our normal copies here. We have our Special Interceptor, the 10k Interceptor, Berger copy. The AK Booster, the 10k Grade 2. And Wyvern, this is kind of like a Pegasus unicorn thing. Yeah, Pegasus. Basically, when it's called, you give 2,000. Just okay card, but don't. Some builds can run it. Just don't expect to run it too much. He works very well with Jin because he does with Jin as Vanguard because he does go in for 20s, and you can give Jin the extra 2,000 if you want. But overall, it's meh. People mainly run Red River, Ryans, No Guards, and a couple Helenas, Rai if they're running Thunder Break. But that's about it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little analysis. More content coming on the way. And, yeah, peace.